Hello everyone, welcome back to Always Talks Football. You know who I am. This is Harlib, and I'm actually hosting this stream for the Gameweek 3 preview of the Premier season. Without further ado, let me just promote our sponsor, Properties Kitchen. Properties Kitchen, what a fantastic place to be in London as well, South East London to be precise. And you know what, you can catch the likes of Raj and his team there. Absolutely efficient service. Go check them out, South East London. And without further ado, let me introduce the guests. Starting with Oris. Oris, bro, how you doing?
Big up, man. Big up, Hardy. Great to see you. And yeah, listen, this is our football. So when we talk about United, all the rant is going to come out because I'm ready for it. But yeah, listen, Hardy, it's good to see you. And let's dig into this, man. Let's dig into it.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. I mean, the thing is, when you've actually arrived back from your holidays, how was that stream overall? Are you really happy to be back as well?
Of course, man. Of course, I'm happy to be back. Obviously, the faces I've missed the faces, but listen, it's great to be back, and hopefully United do improve because I'm back from holiday, so I'm expecting them to improve. So yeah.
Oh, hopefully we do. Hopefully we do. Let me introduce our other guest, JPT, our fellow co-host. How you doing, bro?
Doing good. It's been a while, but I feel good being back. Just heart's pumping like crazy right now. Just Sterling just had a great shot, but what a save! But I don't know what the goalkeeper's name for Lewin is, but good stop. But yeah, just ready to talk about what's going on for this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely great to hear. And you know what? At the moment, you can actually keep an eye on the result and tell us what's going on. So keep that up, bro. Keep that up. And also, let me introduce Harry. Harry, bro, how you doing?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. You?
Yeah, not so bad, thank you. I mean, considering that we lost to you guys nearly a week ago, you guys deserve that result overall, and it's great to have you here, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and thanks for coming on my channel as well, and
No, it's
Oris
all
as
right.
well. Thanks.
It's absolutely great stream, absolutely great preview, and very enjoyed it. And let's delve into the first one, guys. So Chelsea versus Luton. Obviously, JBT is actually currently monitoring the situation
It's
regarding the
right
game.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with JBT. I mean, in the early stages of the game, how do you see Chelsea playing at the moment? Do you think they will possibly get the win?
Well, right now we're still dominating possession. It's just taking like good save from what's it gonna say from the goalkeeper right now. Uh, it's still only 8, almost going to 9 minutes in, but we should be winning this game. It's like I said, this is the David versus Goliath game when it comes to like size of club, financial spent. So there's gonna be a lot of pressure on that with this game right now, and the players are aware of this. But I think this should be something to be handled. And welcome back, Ross Barkley, to Stamford Bridge.
Oh yes, give him an absolutely good homecoming experience. Hope you will definitely enjoy that as well. But overall, for you guys, if you get the 3 points, that'd be so important. If you drop those points, another underwhelming result for you guys. But you got to be consistent, especially on the Pochettino. Harry, let's move on to you, mate. How do you see this game panning out?
I mean, Chelsea should beat Luton, shouldn't they, at home, like 2-0. But as with the Premier League, you can't really predict it. I don't think. I think Luton, obviously, they're going to be fighting to stay up. Sorry, and you find a lot of teams like this. I find that they always step up in these sorts of games. They give it their all, and try to get even. Like they'll be happy with just leaving with a point, considering the difference in spend, right? So I don't think it'll be that straightforward, but Chelsea should win it, surely.
Oh, better do. So, if Chelsea were to lose this, that will actually put them down below 10th position for over the season. So, but if they want to actually become really ambitious, Premier League, their standards need to be higher. And Pochettino definitely expects better from them from a tactical point of view.
I have a different view on Poch, right? So I was on calls before this, right, and we were talking about Chelsea for about 10-15 minutes. Now, whilst I agree Chelsea spent so much money, I do think it's kind of to their detriment in some ways because they've had such a turnover in players in the space of like a year. They've almost turned over a whole squad, I think. I might be wrong, but almost a whole squad. And Poch has probably watched this Chelsea side for the past season because obviously these managers, they do watch the teams before they go to manage them most of the time, or if they're in talks or whatever. And he must have had an idea of what he was going to do. Now, they just signed another 10 other players. So I don't know whether that's helped or hindered him, because that means he could just try and do something completely different, or I don't know if all of them are his signings, or there's always different permutations for all that sort of thing. And also, I always think with Poch, you need to relate this job back to his Tottenham job in the first 1 or 2 years. Now, in the first year at Spurs, it was a real struggle for us because obviously our defense wasn't great. If it wasn't for the Villa game that Kane scored that free kick, Poch could have got sacked, and he's on record saying this, by the way. So after we went through this torrid year, we finished like 5th or 6th, I can't remember. And then the year after was when we finally started buying the players to fill the gaps that they wanted to fill. So I think even though Chelsea spent all this money, and even though they got all this quality, I think it'll take like 2 years for him to find his best team, maybe, which due to the player turnover, we're talking like 20 new players in the space of a year at Chelsea, which is crazy. But whether they'll get back to where they were, I don't know, because obviously there's all these other teams now who could challenge them and take their spot. And I think Chelsea back in the 2000s, late 2000s, and up till like 2013, maybe 14, they were very the best team till City won the league. But now it's like, I don't know what to get back to there is a massive ask. But Poch is probably the right guy. I think he's probably the right guy. It's just going to take 2-3 years. I'd say, yeah.
That's a really good ideal timeline as well. If you look at Pochettino, no doubt he's a fantastic coach, but if he wants to actually aspire to win a Premier League title, then simply he has to follow the process. Let's go to Orosbro. With regards to Chelsea, could you see them getting a result or possibly a win against Luton?
Yeah, before I delve into that, look up to you, Josh. I see John now, so look up to you.
Go, Josh.
Well, yeah, man. Chelsea, listen, they should be beating Luton. The midfield, they spent combined of 220 million with Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. So it's crazy, but yeah, listen, not Tottenham, sorry. Chelsea should be winning tonight. So I'm expecting a 2-0 for them. So yeah.
Same here as well. Same here. Josh, let's move on to you, mate. So obviously with Chelsea at the moment, they're actually below around the 10th position Premier League. What are your thoughts on their game so far against Luton? And do you see them get a result against them, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, first I want to say thanks for having me on today. Big up the panel as well. Very happy to be here. And yeah, sorry I was late, but yeah, we're here now. But yeah, with this game, obviously Chelsea-Luton, I think we've only seen one winner. Is Chelsea. I said in my streams that I do, like, Luton, I don't see them doing that well away from home. Maybe at their home ground they could do really well, but away from home I don't see them picking up barely any points. I said I think they will get relegated as well. But yeah, Chelsea obviously come back off that embarrassing defeat for them against West Ham. I think West Ham wanted it more that game, and they deserved the win in my opinion. But for this game, I only see one winner, and I think it'll be comfortable for Chelsea. They're going with like the back three, whatever back five you want to call it, as well. But yeah, I only see one winner. Stamford Bridge. If they lose, I don't know what JPT is going to think, but I don't know what they're going to do. Because that would be embarrassing. But yeah, I'm going to go with a comfortable. The game's on now, innit? So I'm going to go with comfortable. 3-0 Chelsea win for me, man.
Good result. Yeah, I can see that happening as well with Chelsea. They've got to be clinical. They've got to be really, really proactive in the final third. And I think with Pochettino, he has to find the right balance in the team. If he starts the likes of Conor Gallagher, Caicedo, possibly Enzo Fernandez in midfield three in a back 3 or 5 situation, I think for them, they need to get better quality in the final third as well. They need a striker. They possibly need another winger. And also they need that elite mentality to win. I think if they drill in the right system, Chelsea will be good for us.
I do think Poch is the right man for Chelsea. I think I don't know what the Tottenham fan name is. But
Harry.
Big up to you, Harry, man. Big up to you. But yeah, I think that you guys didn't he get you in a title race that season?
Sort of, yeah.
And then obviously Champions League final as well, didn't he?
Yeah. So, but he is the guy. He's the best guy for a rebuilding job, I think.
100%, bro. 100%.
Yeah, Hardy wanted Poch at United as well.
Oh yeah, it's when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got sacked, but yeah. But we've got Ericsson Og.
He's going to take Chelsea 2 or 3 years to get to like a decent level, I think.
Yeah, 100%. I think at PSG, did he win anything at PSG? I think he won the French Cup, didn't he?
Yeah.
He won the league
He won everything at PSG.
I still theorise Poch will last 3 years at Chelsea and they'll bring someone else in 3 years after he's fixed the team in the sense of picked his best 11 and had his backups. Like he's fixed out of 39 players, he found 20. Let's say, then he'll fight. He'll eventually, when he doesn't succeed, because I have a feeling he might not win anything at Chelsea. Then they'll go and bring in someone who's going to go in and just finish the job off. Because that's what happened. We tried to at Tottenham. Obviously, it didn't work. But I worry about him as like when you compare him to Klopp or Pep, I don't think he's that sort of level. But, he's just scored anyway.
The guy I want to sell, Sterling.
Probably Chelsea would have should be a big clinical front go, but who's you go for them?
Did you not score? Or did you
score? He scored.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he scored one now.
But, I wanted to point out something. Everything does point out that Chelsea should win, but Luton is like their playing style was Chelsea's kryptonite, which is direct playing football. And I think I saw a stat when we play teams that going back to last season, it was out of 8 games we didn't win 1. I think we lost 4, drew 3. I had to look at that article again, but and that's the case. I won't be surprised if somehow Luton take any points, but right now I was worried that all right, if it's still drawn level with 20 minutes in, this might be points dropped, whether it's a loss or a draw. But now that we picked up an early lead, let's see if we can build on, because where are we at right now with 2 goals in 2 games or winless still? It's not enough. But this is what we did need to rebuild the squad, because the players that did come in, we did replace the whole squad. A lot of the players were deadwoods, which if you don't even have to take, it's not even me hating. Just look at 2 examples: Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. We got money back for them. They weren't doing anything, and some of these players were just wanted to go elsewhere. I think it was Ziyech, for example. Lukaku. I'm surprised. There is a God out there that someone's wanting to take him, but it's not final yet. It's so.
Did you hear Poch wanted to reintegrate him or something?
Heard about it as well.
He wanted to reach out to him, but I don't know how accurate that is, because then how did this loan move to Roma already deep in the works?
Because Chelsea is still like a striker. That's probably why he wanted to do it.
I mean, but then you're going to go on and take a loan deal that's because you knew the Juventus move had fallen through. You saw the backlash with the fan base. Now I don't know how the Roma fans are going to take this, but under Jose, I mean, helping out Chelsea like always. So thank you, Uncle Jose.
That is true. I mean, let's move on to the next game. So it'll be Bournemouth versus Spurs. How are we going on to, obviously, with that great result against Manchester United through great intensity, excellent fluid attack football? How do you see this game unfolding? Do you think Spurs will definitely win comfortably, in your opinion?
Well, notoriously on a Saturday morning, we don't do very well, but neither do Bournemouth, because I had the Bournemouth fan on the other day on our channel, and he said, obviously, Bournemouth beat us away last season as well, and we beat them at theirs. So there is a sort of, I don't think it'll be as easy as everyone thinks, but I do see us winning 2-1, especially if Maddison plays, because I think he trained today, I think I read. So I think 2-1 Tottenham. I think we'll get the job done. It won't be as easy as everyone thinks. Like I said, I think they might score first even, but I think we'll get the win.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you got something want to definitely qualify for Champions League, consistency is really key. But given how incompetent you are on and off pitch, you still need that element of competent structure. So with Nick and possibly Levy as well, I think you've got to really necessarily see you guys having a really good future.
But the thing with leaving Enoch, right, is right now they're lucky because they've bought themselves really 2 years, I'd say, as long as they keep Ange. So even if Ange goes through a bad run, that'll be the biggest test, I think, for me, because if they were to sack him, like they do with every manager, and they go on a bad run and they can't make the Champions League, then it would kind of show even more that they just wanted to bring him in to try and make the Champions League again, rather than, like a deeper project, if that makes sense. But if they keep him in a bad run, I know it sounds a bit it probably seems a bit backwards, then it kind of shows that it's probably more a longer project, right? And for something like bigger at the end of it. So they've kind of bought themselves 2 years as long as they don't sack him. And a lot of the people who like me who leave you out, I'm still leave you out. I'm not going to suddenly change my tune, but
Leave me in.
But like a lot of us, if you speak to a lot of the like big Spurs channels, they'll say, "Oh, we need to give it 2 years and then make a decision on whether anything's changed because this is a rebuild again." So yeah.
That's true. That's true. I mean, going back to Ange, obviously with a style of play, do you see any difference in comparison to around about 5-6 seasons ago on the Pochettino?
Yeah, there is. Okay, there is slight differences. Number one, we play 3 in midfield. Even though we played a 4-2-3-1 on the Poch, it was a bit of a different variation. Poch's fullbacks were playing a lot wider, and they were the width in the team, and the wingers, because we had Dele or Ericsson playing off the left at the time, and Son on the other side, or someone else, Chadley, whatever it was, on the other side. They would tend to cut in, and they'll congest the midfield. In this system, it's the opposite. So the fullbacks invert, which creates sort of like a 4-5 in midfield, and then the wingers are supposed to play wide, which is where we're struggling because Kulusevski and Son come inside a lot. So it's kind of a bit of the opposite, a bit similar as well. But if you're asking if we can replicate the same things we've done with the Poch, I don't really know from now. It's too early to tell. We're only 2 games in.
That's true. That's very true. And I suppose if you could get that focal number 9 as well, given that the windows actually edge closer, if you could get a focal number 9, that could definitely galvanise the season. You can't really rely on Richarlison. Richarlison, without a doubt, is a decent striker.
Big up Uncle Rod, man.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much, people. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hopefully, Liverpool have a downfall for you.
So I would say as a Spurs fan, we need a centre half. We need, I think, another fullback, and then we need a striker. That's what I would say. But we're not going to get. We'll be lucky to get 1 or 2 of those players in the next week or so. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Uncle Rod, mate, how are you doing anyway?
I am very well. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me this evening. Do you know what I mean? I am very well. I had a pleasant day today. You know what I mean? A lot of good birthday wishes and so forth. And yeah, it's been a nice day, but I'm very well. Thank you for having me. How's everybody on the panel?
Yeah, we're doing well, thank you.
Oh, good.
That's good. All in good spirits. That's good.
Absolutely, as always.
You know what it is with I'll just touch on Spurs a little bit. The only thing with Spurs and day is that you know what, they've got the players in the day, but like people like Harvey Barnes, and who's the other one he got from Leicester? Who's the other guy he got from Leicester?
Madison.
Madison.
We didn't get Barnes, unfortunately. I wanted Barnes, but we didn't get him.
Yeah. Oh no, Newcastle got Barnes. Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted him though. Don't get me wrong, I actually really wanted him.
No, he's Harvey Barnes. He's a very underrated player. He's very good, you know. He's very good. But like Madison, I'll take Madison and even with Richarlison, them 2 players. The only thing about them 2 players is that Madison he's very injury prone. He can be injury prone. Do you know what I mean? But like playing ability, he's a good player. You know what I mean? But the only thing strikes me about him, he can be injured a lot. Richarlison, sometimes he can turn it on, and sometimes he can't turn it on. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's kind of hit and miss with Richarlison. But I think your manager today will get the best out of the players there. He certainly will get the best out of the players, as I was saying in another channel before. And you guys, well, Tottenham really, and they've got to start playing as a unit now. They can't, like they lost Harry Kane, which is a big blow. But you still got the likes of Song, and you still got some good players in the squad that can produce stuff. Do you know what I mean? But you just need to be playing as a unit. But I think at the manager that you got can get the best out of the players that are there. So, put this way, don't be surprised at the day if the Spurs get 5th place. Don't be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me.
I have us down for 5th actually, but yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
You never know. You never know. So, Josh, let's move on to you, mate. As a neutral fan, considering that you're an Arsenal fan, how do you see this game panning out?
Yeah, well, first on Spurs, their style of play has definitely improved, in my opinion. You know, I watched the game against Man United, and this is going from a rival fan, yeah, like we're biggest rival. You got players like Basuma in there, who's looking like Basuma from Brighton. He's looking quality. You know, playing on the other side, I think it's that Sarr guy who scored against Man United. You know, that three in midfield, Maddison. I was so jealous when they got Maddison because we ended up getting Havertz. I was like, use that money. We could have got James Maddison for like less than 65 mil, but that you know, he's a quality player. I've wanted him for years, and they've got a very good player there.
I really wanted him for like 4 years. If you really want.
Yeah, he's quality, man. He's quality, man. And
Yeah.
look, obviously Harry Kane's going. They got Son. Is he your captain? If you know,
Yeah,
Son's
Son's the captain now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he seems to be like the main guy. But yeah, they play really well, especially in that second half against Man United. And I think this game, I remember last season, Bournemouth went 2-0 up against you lot, didn't they? And you brought it back to 2-2, and then obviously I think it was Benatia got got a last minute goal. So you know, away from home, I do see you lot winning. Unfortunately, it's going to be a tight game. I think you will concede, and I'm going to go with 2-1 Spurs win.
That's my prediction too, as well. So yeah.
Similar predictions, guys. Similar predictions. So, Ulrich, bro, obviously with this game, how does it actually unfold in your opinion?
Yeah, I think Spurs. You know what? I've already said that there's a style of play that Ange has already brought in to the Tottenham side. I think they will win 3-1 tomorrow against Bournemouth. I think there's goals are good all from Tottenham, and yeah, listen, they've improved under Ange, and I think they will continue to do that. I think Spurs might try and do in transfer window. They might try and recruit one more player, but if not, I don't know. But because of the wingers, apparently they're talking about the front three, like what's going to happen and stuff. So, but now listen, I think Ange come in. He put his structure there, and you know what? He even said in press conference, if you don't want to be here, then you know where the door is. So he's already brought in his principles and stuff. So yeah, listen, I expect Ange to do some big things at Tottenham. So yeah, but obviously Spurs fans, what I rate about them is, I know listen, the appointment is good, but they're still league out and stuff, so they're not getting distracted by that. So yeah, as long as Ed Sheeran's not there with his little guitar, then that's when I can take the protest seriously. But listen, leave me out. But yeah, listen, Spurs 3-1.
Convinced prediction. I'll actually have to go for Sam as well. So, JBT, let's go back to you. So, with Bournemouth, could you see them getting possible result against Spurs, or do you see Spurs winning comfortably?
No, Spurs are going to win comfortably. Like Ange Ball is here. I think this guy was written off way too early. But you know, you see how Spurs are playing versus United. You know, maybe it was just that United is still incomplete. They still need to find another midfielder and a striker. But the way the Spurs are moving the ball, it was great. Maddison was, is a big game changer for them. I just think that with Ange, like even if it wasn't the proper dominant thing that you would see from Spurs, it's still going to be. I think just Bournemouth just that bad. I mean, this is one of my teams that said that are going to be relegated. So I just see them winning like a 3-0. I don't know who's going to be scoring for Bournemouth. And I like I said earlier, I have mad respect for that goalkeeper, the Italian goalkeeper that they got. He looked great. I'm still thinking about that save he had on Casemiro, close range header. Oh, his kid was a good pickup.
Yeah, I actually agree as well. And I'm definitely going to go for 3-1 Spurs win. And I think with Spurs at the moment, should they continue the momentum, there will potentially be good prospects for the top 5 positions or possibly top 4 positions. But you never know. It depends on the right mentality. If they can get a really good momentum together, become more consistent, and obviously get a strike in the window. You never know. You never know. So let's move on to the next game, guys. Arsenal versus Fulham. Josh, let's go to you, mate. So with Arsenal, could you see them struggling against Fulham?
Struggling?
Yeah, I could see us. I think, look, against Nottingham Forest, we were first 20 minutes. Brennan Johnson scores that chance. 1-on-1, it would have been probably a different game, and we started off really slow. We as soon as we scored, we picked it up. play really well towards the second half, and then we went back into our shell again. You know, we sort of sat back, and then we conceded the goals for Forest, and that last 7 minutes was on our edge of the seats, panic and nerves, and so yeah, it's this thing at the Emirates. Like under Arteta, even last season, the game against Southampton, we drew 3-3 at the Emirates to Southampton, who were bottom of the league and got relegated. You know, against Bournemouth, we went 2-0 down at the Emirates. And I know we ended up winning, cool comeback, but shouldn't have been done like that in the first place. So I definitely can't look. I know with Fulham, they've lost obviously Mikovic, big blow for them. They brought him Jimenez. I don't rate Jimenez. Ever since he got injured, he's been woeful. He's woeful for Wolves. They brought in Traore as well, who's just really physical. They've got players like Palinho, who I rate really highly. I think he's quality. Our former goalkeeper, Bern Leno, no doubt he's turned to Pram Manwanoy against us. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, he's obviously going to be in goal for them. I think we'll get the job done, man. Like, you know, the game against Palace as well is one of those ones where we take the 3 points and move on. You know, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't spectacular. We played well in some parts, and obviously this is the thing with Arteta now. He's playing. He's really weirding us out, like with his team selections, putting Partey right back, putting Tomiyasu left back, selling Kieran Tierney, right, and playing. He's trying to force Havertz in, yeah, because he paid 65 mil for the guy, right? He should stick with the basics. What last season, play a back four, put Ben White in right back because I think he's quality right back. He's one of the best right backs in my opinion last season. Keep Saliba and Gabriel. You know, someone he dropped Gabriel for some reason. Keep Saliba and Gabriel as that partnership. Very good partnership. Plays any left back. Cool. You know, midfield have Partey and Declan Rice. We've not seen them together yet for some, like playing as a pivot. We haven't seen that together, which is very baffling. Obviously, you have Odegaard, and then, you know, play the front three of Saka. I personally go Trossard. I don't rate it in Nketiah, but he's got this favoritism. That's another thing, you know, as well. We sold Balogun and decided to keep.
He's got Monaco, hasn't he? Now.
Yeah, £45 million, right?
Yeah, he's got Monaco. Yeah, £45 million. So I would have kept in. I would have sold in Nketiah. You know, we had a Crystal Palace 35 mil. We rejected it because Arteta has his favoritism towards Nketiah. But yeah, I think we'll be all right, man. You know, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll get the job done. Hopefully a clean sheet. Obviously, I see Ramsdale starting over Raya. That's another interesting signing. But yeah, I think we'll get the job done, man. I'm going to go with a comfortable 2-0 win to Arsenal.
Good prediction, mate. Good prediction. So, Harry, let's go to you, mate. I mean, it's my hatred towards Arsenal. How do you see this game going in the mod?
I was going to say, I wish I could just say, you know, 3-0 Fulham, but I can't. But I think Arsenal win 2-1. I don't think it'll be like an easy game, though. I think Fulham, even though Mitrovic has gone, it's a London derby still, and I've always seen them come away to London sides and done really well. So they always put up a fight. Now, I was going to say something about Arsenal in general. So I think Arsenal, if they had a top striker, we'd be having a different conversation. We'll probably talk about them in the title race again. And I do think that's the massive thing that's lacking in that team, because I watched the Forest game, right? And you guys were 2-0 up. And I was expecting, you know, to just finish these guys off 3 or 4-0 because you were in control. And you just let them back in. And it was panic stations in the last 5 minutes, which is very, you know, I was like, what's going on here? But obviously, you can see the weakness in Nketiah, and Jesus, despite his all-round play, he's not prolific. So I think there's a gap that needs to be plugged there. And obviously, what's his name? Timber's got injured now, so maybe you need to buy someone for that position again now. So there's a couple positions there. But also, I want to talk about Havertz very quickly. So I don't think Havertz is completely catastrophic signing. But so I'll tell you what the issue is. I don't think Arteta knows how to use him. So from watching Havertz at Chelsea and in Germany and for Germany as well, I know he's been used as a false 9 a lot, but I see him more as like a Dele Alli player. So Dele Alli used to play as like a second striker / number 10. So if it was me, you'd have to either interchange Odegaard with him and play Partey with Declan Rice or something as like the sitters, or I would use him wide left, coming inside. I would use him like that. But where he's trying to shoehorn him in with like a midfield of Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard, it's like it just don't make any sense to me. I'm sorry. I'm like, what is this guy doing? And then obviously, like you said, he's put Partey right back. So this is why I think Fulham might stand like half a chance tomorrow. But I do think Arsenal will get the job done, mate. 2-1. They'll scrape it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely going to be an interesting game between Arsenal and Fulham. I mean, if Arteta can actually overcome those frailties, no doubt Arsenal possibly reach their potential. But it's about being clinical in the final third, and also not abandoning our own principles tactically. Ores, let's go into you, bro. So with Arsenal, could you see them getting a convincing result against Fulham?
Yeah, I mean, with Arsenal against Fulham, I'm expecting them to win. But then again, I still don't understand why Arteta's playing Partey right back, because what he's trying to do. This guy, by the way, he's trying to force Havertz to start. I've said on just a stream before. This guy is trying to force Havertz to start, and I don't know why. Maybe he's being forced to start him, but the reason why this guy's playing Partey right back, so Havertz can play in the midfield three of Rice, Odegaard, and Havertz, which for me, it may work in some certain games, but I don't think it will work against the big teams. So for me, he needs to stop doing that, or otherwise it will cost the team some points. But against Fulham, I think Arsenal should be all right if Ben White plays in his actual position. So yeah, I'm expecting a 3-0 Arsenal win. And yeah, obviously next week we know what happens next week. So
it's like Oris. Do you know, like with Pep, when he tries to be clever and tries to do these like weird things?
Listen,
like,
you shouldn't be
Pep,
man.
Forking
out,
trying to do that.
man. Shouldn't be that Pep. So yeah, but yeah. We'll probably bring back the light bulb for the team talk tomorrow. So that's 3-0 win. 3-0 win.
Oh, that's very, very good analysis, Oris. I mean, also touching on a small point about Arsenal's principles play. I think with the Banderson team, especially in that midfield, Shohun and Havertz in that midfield, he's most likely better as a second striker, possibly as a false nine. Why would you play him as one of the eights?
I'd play him off the left. I know it sounds weird. I'd play him off the left.
I think for Leverkusen, he played a few games on the right wing as well. I saw, but look, against Man City in the Community Shield, he's playing as a false nine, and I thought he was excellent against Man City. Yeah, he missed. And this is the thing with Havertz. He's not clinical enough, in my opinion. But he missed two big sitters against Man City. But he's playing as a false nine, right, against Man City, winning all the first balls and using his height to his advantage. People were telling me we're trying to think of positives when we signed him, and they was like, "Oh, he's really tall."
He's really tall.
Yeah, that was all we could think of. Like we was trying to figure out why we spent 55 million on Kai Havertz, and people were saying, "Oh, because he's tall, right?" But to be fair, he used it to his advantage against Man City. So I wouldn't mind him seeing there in a few. I think he played there for Chelsea, though, didn't he? As a sort of like
it wasn't that good as a
false nine.
False nine, that's it. Yeah. So but I thought he played really well there for Man City. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I just don't want to see him in that midfield. As a deep midfielder next to Declan Rice. It just doesn't work. He goes missing. Both even in pre-season, apart from the MLS All Stars, yeah, which they form a team every single year. He's played in that same position. We barely noticed him. I believe he shouldn't be that deep. He needs to be more attacking. We signed him as predominantly attacker, yeah. And then you got people putting all these stats out saying, "Oh, he can defend well."
Like, X number of passes.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. We signed him as attacker. He needs to score goals. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's hope he comes good, because that 65 million, as I said, we could use that on so much better players, in my opinion.
That's very, very true. I mean, the thing is, if you look at the system as well, especially with how Arsenal actually play as well, you got to think about physicality midfield. Declan Rice can't really actually follow his own responsibilities on his own. You got to think about Partey as well. I think Partey and also Declan Rice have potential to become one of the best midfield partnerships in the Premier League. And if you do actually combine together, their physicality, their ball retention, their athleticism, the mentality to actually win.
From Hard Deep, I love it.
And also, you got to think about the consistency as well. If you want to win a Premier League title, you've got to actually create partnerships. Simple as that.
Why don't Arsenal get Hardeep in the locker room, man? They need to get him in the team. Honestly, man, Hardeep, man.
Team talk.
Just come in first as a light bulb.
Like you have a big board with a whiteboard.
Just smash it out if they're not playing well. Just smash it out.
Absolutely. So let's go into you, mate. So with this game between Arsenal and Fulham, how do you see it going? In your opinion?
I mean, if Mitrovic was still there, I think this would be could be close enough to be like a draw, because Arsenal, even though they are undefeated, 2 wins, they have not been the most convincing wins. Like, they look like they escaped Crystal Palace, but I mean, luckily from that penalty that wasn't called, I forgot it was against Eze, but also a penalty awarded. I mean, congratulations on holding on to the lead on going down to 10 men. It's not the best weekend or best week for Chelsea fans to be saying that because what happened with us. But this whole thing, I thought maybe he's putting Partey in the right back because since Zinchenko, he was used as the inverted fullback role because that's like the new hipster flavor of the month type of tactic.
Yeah, it's a new hip thing. Yeah.
So it sounds like, is he trying to do that for Partey until Zinchenko comes back to being 100% fit? If this happens, because now he's match fit ready, right? Like he came back as a sub in the Crystal Palace game. So
that's right.
if that's the case, then this is a long season for Arsenal because Arteta is going to be dying on this hill for trying to make Partey to an inverted fullback when you have a perfectly good right back with Ben White, and then Kieran Tierney going out on loan was just crazy to me to see that happen. Like, you guys are just gonna when Timber out in the first game of the season. Okay, Tierney is available. Why not? You're gonna use Tomiyasu, and Arteta's gonna die on this Kai Havertz hill too, trying to force him to be in the midfield. You didn't need to study we spent 65 mil because this is part of Arteta's plan, or we spent 65 mil because, as you mentioned, he's tall. Or we're going to spend 65 mil that, but you know what? He looks good in the Gunners kit, man. And it's like, are you kidding? All you had to see is to justify that this was a bad buy. Look at Chelsea when he's either up top when he's playing, he is a liability. You didn't have to go into stats. Just, bro, I don't know what streaming service you can watch the games at, but just watch any game that Havertz starts up top, or even used on the wing. He can't play now as a. I think he's being used as an 8. I mean, good luck. I don't think he's been played in that spot before. Even at Leverkusen, I think he was used more as you mentioned, a second striker, as a 10. This is weird. It should just be a simple 4-2-3-1 as you guys have been going. Zinchenko, if not Tierney on the left, you got your center back pairing, White on the right. You got Rice and Partey that should be your pivots. And then your front for attack. It's simple, but now he's gonna be going on this hill. Jesus, hopefully he's not rushed back because if he's seeing as my club is going through injury crisis season after season after season, seeing Jesus being forced and rushed back and cutting his career short than it has to be is gonna be a sad thing to see. I mean, I know probably gonna be some Chelsea fans happy to see okay, well they just wasted the money. They're gonna rely on Eddie now. Another thing too, I'm surprised they let go of Balogun because that would have been a perfect option to have as a backup. I mean, like it or not, Eddie was always going to be the third option. But you know what?
I think also should have sold sold Balogun and bought some better.
I mean, now they're trying to go for Tony, but you got to keep in mind
that wait till January. Yeah.
But he's not match fit ready. He hasn't trained or picked up a ball since he got suspended back in January.
When does he return? I swear he returns back early.
January.
So it's been going to be a whole year.
I swear he goes back to training really early or something. He just can't play.
Yeah, I'm saying can't play till January. Yeah.
But I thought he couldn't be be in training with any teams or anything.
You're not allowed to do any activities or something. Yeah.
So personal training, but it's different because then, look, I'll say this for example, I'll use Caicedo, not match fit ready, had no preseason with Brighton or Chelsea, and then we force him in, and that's what's going to happen to Tony if Jesus picks up another injury before then. Because now if you had to rely on Eddie, I mean, I don't know. I'd rather, at least you're not putting Kai Havertz up front. If you are, then good luck. Good luck. If you really must not trust Eddie. His minutes have dropped. I don't know what's going on. It's going to be a long season, but if you guys end up trophyless again, we
will be there. We will be there.
Arteta's under pressure.
I think at that point, that's it. I mean, you guys, can't go from anything other than first, or at least if you're going to be in second or third, you have to win the FA Cup, the domestic double at least. I mean, I don't think they're going to be favorites or even.
Cook that Spanish fraud, JBT. Go on.
Spanish fraud.
I'm joking. But for me, I've always said Arsenal. If you guys want to get third, at least a trophy as well. At least a trophy.
Exactly.
Listen,
mate.
Not care about Cup neither.
But
you know what? He spent 700 million. He's got to deliver now. right? Yeah, he won a CFA Cup in his first season, but what's he done since? Like, yeah, we was in the title challenge last season. Fair play to him for that. We only bottled it, yeah. So this season, you can't spend 700 million and not win a trophy. If he wins nothing, he's got to go. Get someone in who can get the job done. Because
Get
you can't spend that much money and expect to, and not expect to win anything.
Yeah,
that is true.
me, yeah. Arsenal have got to do something.
So I want to ask this before we go to the next topic, Josh. So if Arteta is sacked by the end of the season, who would you see as your replacement? Like, who do you see as available that could take over the Arsenal job and do work with this squad?
Hardeep.
Hardeep?
Hardeep.
Kai Havertz starts every game doing Hardeep.
You know what? You know what's a good shout? What's his name? Hansi Flick.
Is he available? Or is
he
English still available
I
too?
thought he's Germany still, isn't he?
Sorry, guys. I'm back.
No. Is he still at Germany?
He went to do the team talk.
Is Hansi Flick still at Germany? I thought he got sacked. Or is he still at Germany?
He's still the German national team manager, I believe.
Okay.
It's not actually left yet.
You know what? Nagelsmann was super awesome.
I was like, Nagelsmann, I was going to say.
Yeah, Nagelsmann's a good shout. Yeah, what about the Zerbi from Brighton? I think he's quality manager.
I think City won him.
City
won him.
City would probably get the Zerbi much.
Yeah,
so when Pep goes in 1 or 2 years, they can't De Zerbi. I got heard. Yeah.
Well, maybe Luis Enrique. I mean, the thing is, if he just does well, PSG,
he's at PSG.
Hardeep is at PSG.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of him. Luis Enrique will be quality.
How about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Tim Sherwood.
Right, next topic. Brentford versus Crystal Palace. I'm going to go straight in. I'm going to say 2-0 Brentford. I think Brentford, you know what? They've looked all right this season. Obviously, they drew with Spurs, but no, listen, obviously, with Tony being out, they've done all right with him. Yeah, so Wizard, yeah. So 2-0 Brentford for me. Hardeep, your thoughts?
I can see it being a very informed game. I mean, the thing is, between both sides, I think Palace and also Brentford have a really, really good season. So I think in this game, I can see it being a 2-2 draw with Brentford's physicality and how offensively excellent they're in the attack. With the likes of Mbeumo and also Wizard, they're really excellent in historic force sense. With Palace as well, even with Edouard as well. Edouard has been quite revolutionised this season as well. I could see him possibly scoring again. I think from a creative point of view, and what he brings in terms of work rate, technicality, athleticism, he's done exceptionally well for Palace so far. And defensively, I think both are really similar in terms of their setups and also how compact they are, how can they actually press in our possession. So I can see it being a really close game. So I can see it being 2-2.
Yeah, JBT, what's your thoughts on the Brentford Palace game?
I'm just going to make it quick. Let's say Brentford goes, or this is going to be tough to call, but I'm going to say Brentford 2-1. I don't know if they're going to keep the clean sheet. But yeah, no, Brentford haven't missed a step, even losing Ivan Toney when Bono's been playing great. We saw 2 in the attack. I think they'll probably both be on the score sheet for this game. So, but yeah, 2-1.
Fair enough. Josh, what about you?
Yeah, for me, I've been obviously Brentford's start of the season pretty decent. I think they battered Fulham, didn't they, last week, 3-0. And yeah, they're not missing Ivan Toney at the moment. I think Thomas Franks is another shout, by the way. I think he's a quality manager. What he's done with Brentford as well. I'm a big fan of him. Palace, obviously, I think Elise is still injured, isn't he? So that's a massive miss for them. They've still got obviously Zaha's gone. It feels so weird without him being in Palace. So, but yeah. I agree with what Hardeep said about Edouard. I think on his day caused you some issues, and I think obviously Eze's there as well, quality player. I'm gonna go with a Brentford win. Very, very tight game. I'm gonna go with a 1-0 to Brentford.
Fair enough. And Harry, what about you?
Well, I think this game's going to be really close. I'm going with Hardeep score. I think it's going to be 2-2. I think Palace have to start scoring at some point. So I think it'll be this week. And I can't see Brentford losing either. So I'm going 2-2.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm still going to go with 2-0 for me, 2-0 Brentford. But it could be anything, really. It could be anything. So, yeah. But, yeah, even though Palace... For me, listen, them keeping Roy Hodgson on, I don't know, man. I don't particularly agree with it, because What is he? 76? Come on, man. Let him retire, man. Like,
Let him retire.
let him retire. Get,
It's a short
get,
Try to leave, they pull me back in.
get Hardeep on, or maybe Harry on for Palace, man.
But maybe yours.
Listen, I would love to work at Crystal Palace, mate. I'd love to work at Crystal Palace. I'll just tell Eze.
Are they the only club who have cheerleaders at half time? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Really?
Until Chelsea do it. Until Chelsea do it too. You know, with these Americans.
Hang on a minute. Don't Spurs. I swear they had some drum leader stuff. So
Yeah,
listen,
no, nothing like cheerleaders, man. Palace League have cheerleaders.
Nah, listen. It's quite embarrassing. Isn't it embarrassing, Harry, for you guys to hire a drum thing? Because what I see on Twitter is
We didn't hire drum people. It's just they allowed the people that used to do it before to use it again. That's pretty much what it is.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. The next game, expecting a lot of runs from me. I don't know about Hardeep, but Man United versus Forest. Now I shouldn't be smiling, but listen, Eric Ten Hag, mate, please, play Rashford on the absolute left. Play him on the left, man. Stop playing him as a striker. It's annoying me. But listen, Tottenham. Listen, they deserve to beat us, man. 100% they deserve to beat us. And that left back of ours, yeah. Apparently I had a Luke Shaw agenda. I got told that I had a Luke Shaw agenda, by the way. So listen, Luke Shaw, yeah, he's not good enough for United. It's simple as that. He's not good enough. He's been at the club for 8 years, and some of the United fan base that call him world class, shame on you, because he is not world class. He isn't. So yeah. What can I say, man? This transfer window, it hasn't been good. It has not been good. I'm sorry, but listen, I had an argument with someone on Twitter. Well, listen, it's Twitter, so argument is normal, but someone told me you should be backing John Murta because he got three players before the season. Mate, two of those players are injured, for crying out loud. So why should I be backing John Murta, who there's 3 players, Todibo, Amrabat, and Gravenberch, who can easily get, but this club has no ambition. Yet again, they're failing another manager. They're letting him down. And the people that are calling for Ten Hag to be sacked, shame on you. Because if you can't see what the club's trying to do, then you should wake up now. Because
Boris, isn't Amrabat going for quite cheap as well?
21 million.
Yeah, 21 million.
They have to sell to buy. That is absolutely awful.
Liverpool going to take him. We know this.
Yeah. The longer it takes,
because they're trying to force it to start happy with Endo.
You do not have to do a sell to buy. I think that's an excuse. That's an excuse that the club are trying to do. Got rid of Fred, and let's say if Casemiro gets a red card, we are fucked.
Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire.
Sorry, did I say Maguire? Yeah. Sorry. Casemiro, if he gets a red card, we've got McTominay as a backup, and that's it. Eriksen cannot play more than 60 minutes. I don't care what no one says to me. He cannot play more than 60 minutes. So, listen, against Forest, we should be winning, and I do think we will win, but it has to be in a good way. And the performance has to be better than the Wolves game. I'm sorry, but it has to. And obviously, there's a protest going on at the Wolves game. I mean, whatever we can do, it is what it is. But if you're buying the tickets, then that says a lot to me. So the 60-minute sit-in. Listen, I'm 50-50 on that one. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. But what I'm saying is I'm 50-50 on that one. There's going to be half of the fan base not agreeing with that. So let's actually see who stays and who doesn't. So yeah, I'm expecting the performance to be better. Well, hopefully, because Mount's injured now. So the performance will definitely be better now. In it, Hardy. So Mount's gone, injured for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Luke was out for 2 months apparently. So yeah, we should win. I'm gonna go with 3-0 win for me. But Hardeep, are you gonna have a rant like me, or are you gonna back John Murta and back every signing that he's done for the club?
No chance. If you look at the regime at United, Garger is actually as worse as what was regime at Manchester United as well, considering the last 15 years, 17 years, or even you can put it from 20 years if you pull it. it's been absolutely abysmal, especially on these owners. They're parasitic. They're only ones who actually preserve their own greed, their personal gain, and also if you're looking from a recruitment point of view, our summer has been shambolic. I mean, if you look at the way we've actually approached it from the outgoings to incomings, there's clearly no strategy. John Berto, he has to go. And also Richard Arnold, the way he handled that Mason Greenwood situation, it was absolutely ludicrous. And how is he a competent CEO? He isn't. He has to go alongside with the rest of the board. And overall, they're undermining a number of managers as well. Eric Ten Hag. If they are going to fail, then we are definitely not going to progress on these ownerships.
By the way, sorry to cut you off, Hardy, but if this Ryan Bertrand links are true, I'm gonna seriously.
Ryan Bertrand?
Yeah, Ryan Bertrand.
Champions League winner. You guys are gonna get him for a fortune or for a steal.
I am seriously gonna cry in tears if you get Ryan Bertrand, because this club is about to give Johnny Evans a 1-year contract, while City down the road, who's just won a treble, just got Gvardiol. So look at the difference between
Ryan Bertrand to Man United.
Ryan Bertrand, man.
I'm sure
Former
Leicester right now.
Do you want Eric Dyer as well? I mean,
listen, relax. We can give if you want, we can give you McTominay for 25 million. How about that?
Are you need a sense back as well? How about Maguire?
Oh yeah.
No.
But listen, with United, it's mixed rates right now. We might as well bring back Danny Welbeck. I'm being genuinely serious. We might as well bring back Danny Welbeck. If seriously,
we'll leave Brighton for Man United though.
Not right now.
There we go. So with United, we are a shambles of a football club.
I expect you guys to really push on this summer. Honestly, I thought you guys were going to go big, but
when you got John Mantle, who's worked at Everton before. By the way, his career is, if you search up his career, he worked at Everton. He's only worked at Everton, so
for about 5-6 years.
5-6 years.
Was under Moyes?
Probably under
the Moyes, and also the previous regime.
Arden Ferguson and all these others. So yeah, listen.
Oh, all right.
We've got absolute
Problems.
idiots upstairs. So I've been calling out for us to listen. Ralph Ragnick will always be right at this football club. It's like an open up surgery, and he said United should get at least 8, 9, 10 new players. But you know what? People call him toxic. People call him negative. People call him he's not good enough for the club. Shame on you that people that said that he's not good enough for the club. Shame on you, because he was always right. And I've always defended Ralph Ragnick, by the way. I've always said he should be director of football. He should be going upstairs. And I don't agree with that Ralph Ragnick and Ten Hag had disagreeing opinions between them two. I believe the club themselves sacked Ralph Ragnick, said to him, "You're not good enough. The results aren't good enough," and off you go. Obviously now he's Austrian manager. So listen, I don't believe in that nonsense that they fell out. And also, see how they touched on the Greenwood incident situation. The club has handled it very wrongly. I'm sorry, but what takes you just for a fan base to say don't bring him back turns their decision, because they were going to bring him back. By the way, Athletic reported that Richard Arnold told Man United staff at the beginning of August to be prepared for Mason Greenwood's return. But then, obviously, big shout out to David. We actually sent an email and he got a response back. So listen, it only took them for United fans to email them to say don't bring him back. So listen, it just shows you that United do not care. Whatever they do, in general, whatever they do. So yeah, as I said, Ten Hag, I do believe in Ten Hag still. I'm not gonna say Ten Hag out, but he knows the mistake that he's doing. Hopefully. So yeah, I'm expecting a turnaround, because listen, last season we started off slowly and obviously we improved afterwards. So yeah, I know we've won against Wolves and then obviously lost against Spurs, but I need the away form to be massively improved. But yeah, let's get into score predictions. So I said 3-0 United. Hardy.
Oh, if you look at the physicality in midfield, that there might be an issue. However, with United, it needs to be more organised. And with Eriksen being back in that deep line playmaker role, it will definitely give that balance to Casemiro and help him in that transition. So overall, I think with United, they've got to actually start really well. They've got to play the right players in the right position. Ten Hag, he needs to actually take account of this. They'll play Rashford as a striker. He doesn't suit against the low block or against mid block formation, essentially. Play him in his natural position. If Martial's fit, sign him, even though I'd get rid of him right now. Hoyland, he's still not fit. We still desperately need another striker. Anthony, that remains a question mark. I still start here ahead of Sancho. Although I could actually start Sancho as false nine. Overall, I think with our team selection, it's going to be really interesting. With Shaw being now another unreliable player who should have went years ago, and his mentality remains a who's just shoot if we continue to persist with him. I think it's really important that we start to know tomorrow as well. Or even Alvaro Fernandez, keep an eye on him as well. An absolutely exciting prospect. Last year at Preston, he was a young player of the year, young championship player of the year as well. So he's an excellent player. Hopefully, he does keep Shaw out of the team if he does start. I think with United, I need to win convincingly. I could see them win by 2-0. And we've got to be ruthless. We've got to be physical. The physicality
I
remains
think this
leadership.
was literally about to start Alvaro Fernandez, but then once they need themselves that Luke was injured, that's when they decided to keep him. And also, us selling players, we went absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. We can't sell players. By the way, there's a stat, by the way, guys. Listen up for this. Our highest selling player is Daniel James, 30 million. That's it.
How important.
We're struggling too. We've got like 9 players we need to sell, and Bellingham.
Oh, yeah.
Harry, can your club sell players like very good, like for the price?
No, I'm saying we've got like 9 players to sell, and we're struggling to shift them.
I think Arsenal, you guys do all right with regards to selling players.
No,
Chelsea's
we
the
don't,
best,
bro.
man. Chelsea's the best.
No,
man.
we don't.
They just
What I
sell
mean
players.
by that is, I'm talking about recently, right now, obviously, Balogun, 45 million have I seen.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Tierney, I don't know what the hell.
Loan deal.
Loan obligation buy.
Loan with obligate. Like,
Turner was a good self because what you got in return for
Yeah.
Raya.
what happened to trust the process, man? He's gone as well. So I don't know what you guys are doing to him.
The American legend.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
God,
man.
mate. But yeah, let's get into
Oh,
score predictions. So Harry, Man United versus Forest, your prediction?
2-1 Man United.
2-1 Man United. And Josh?
If you play Rashford in his right position, 4-0 United.
JBT?
Even with Rashford on the right position, they still are in need of a striker. I won't be surprised if this is a 2-1 Forest win.
Oh.
Well,
Listen,
United should be favorites, but the thing is that they still have
anyone that bets, bet on Alanga to score tomorrow. Watch.
off bench. He'll make a
Sam was good against Arsenal when he came on the bench. I remember. Yeah.
Is Sancho starting up top, or who's going to be your striker?
I think Sancho. I think
Martial,
I won't be surprised if Martial starts. That's hard. It's a favorite player, Anthony Martial.
Oh god, it's going to be a tough one for United, man.
Yeah.
What's the next game?
Yeah,
let's go into the next game. The next game, it is Everton. I'm telling the score predictions. I think it will be 1-0 Everton. Hardeep?
I could see it being 1-0 Wolves. Well, if you look at their style of play under O'Neill as well, it's clearly evident that they're really proactive, really aggressive in that transitions. And I think with Wolves, if they completely become much more competent defensively, they'll keep a clean sheet. I think with Everton, they look so 2 plus in front go. They lack a couple of focal number 9s. If you look at Calvert-Lewin as well, Calvert-Lewin's out injured. He's very injury prone, and I think they're in need of a different profile. More play likewise as well. So ultimately, it depends on the physicality in midfield and also the consistency in and out of transitions. So Everton, they'll definitely lose another game.
Yeah, 100%. JPT, Everton versus Wolves.
I'm gonna give Gary O'Neill a chance. I mean, it's just once this team can finally put their chances away. I mean, this and also too Everton. It just looked like this could be also in a relegation struggle as well. I'm gonna say 1-0 Wolves. This is
Yeah, but basically right now, Romano, Florian Balogun to Monaco. Here we go. Agreement complete with us on 40 million euros package, add-ons included.
That's like what 35, 36 pounds.
34 million pounds with add-ons. So yeah,
it's a good deal.
That's pretty good deal. Wow.
I do cooking, innit? I do cooking. But yeah, JPT, carry on.
No, that was it. That was pretty much.
Oh, okay. My prediction before I come to you. No, I already said 1-0. Sorry.
Yeah.
Harry.
1-1.
1-1. Yeah, listen, it could be Sean Dyche way 1-1 draw. And Josh.
Yeah, 1-0 Everton, same as you.
What Spurs were linked to Sean Dyche at 1B? I swear I saw a rumor.
Probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I think when Conte got sacked, I saw.
No, it was me that kept saying we should get Sean Dyche. It wasn't nothing to do with the club, man.
I swear I saw a link, but then obviously that went anyway. And then remember there was like 11. You made like whole 11 of managers that rejected.
Yeah.
There's company as well. There's company as well.
Company was another one. Yeah.
Company rejecting Spurs. Blaming now. All right, next game, Brighton versus West Ham. I'm gonna go with 3-0 Brighton. Deep.
You know what? I think this is going to be a really interesting game. If you look at Brighton's home form, it's been absolutely fantastic this season and also throughout the past years. So on the survey, they've got really good evidence style play, really expansive style of football, and they'll definitely entertain many football fans out there, including myself as a neutral fan. And I think with West Ham currently, they're definitely struggling. And even though they've made decent business recently, they've even made a new addition in signing Mohamed Kudus as well. I think Kudus will be a really good addition to the team, and also the system of David Moyes. And I think with what is actually going right now, it's going to be a really interesting game, and I can see Brighton winning by three goals on.
Yeah, 100%, man. Kudus, brilliant signing. West Ham, fair play to you guys, man. I thought was going to be, somewhat in the race, trying to hijack it, but you know what? Nah, John Murtaugh. Nah. JPT, Brighton versus West Ham, your prediction?
This is actually the game I wanted to see. This should be the game of the week, but I know it's going to be Newcastle, Liverpool. But this one, I think this is going to be an exciting game. The way Brighton are looking, I don't see them losing like their winning streak soon. But I'm going to say 3-2 Brighton.
3-2 Brighton. Oh, so 5 goals. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Harry, what about you?
I think this game's going to have a lot of goals. I just have this feeling. But I think Brighton will come out on top. So I'm saying 5-2 Brighton.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Is it 5-2?
Yeah.
5-2, yeah. Josh?
Yeah, I'm going Brighton win as well. I'm going to go 3-1 to Brighton. Simple as that. 3-1 Brighton.
There we go. I would just like to say, big up to Chelsea, man. Obviously, they're 8th now, so that's the first time getting above 10th last year. So big up to you guys. Next game is Burnley Aston Villa. I'm gonna go with. Oh, this is hard, man. 2-1 Villa. Hardy.
I could see Villa keeping clean sheet in this game, so I could see Villa winning by 2-0. I think with Villa right now, considering that poor game in the opening fixture of the season, they actually got annihilated by Newcastle as well. And I think with Emery, he's such a great tactician going forward. He's actually realised the mistakes he's made, and with Villa, they're really aggressive on the front foot. Obviously, with Burnley, given how they're really expansive on the company, there will be really strong threat. So Villa will definitely win this comfortably by 2-0.
Yeah, 100%. JPT.
Did you not see that?
Because they just showed a replay.
What happened?
No, they just showed a replay with Silva getting like dragged down by his shirt, but they didn't call a penalty.
Hang on, John Murtaugh's calling me. Hang on. Yep, Johnny, you all right, mate?
Oh,
yeah, listen, get this Amrabat deal over the line, or else we're not getting top 4. Hardik said that he wants to join with you as well. Like,
no chance, mate. No chance.
Just like, what's the join with you?
If they don't get this Amrabat deal, we're not getting top 4. I'll say how it is, but yeah. Burnley versus wait, JB, did you say your prediction for this one?
This is gonna be a tough one to call too. I'm gonna say 2-1 Villa. I mean, I want to give respect to company and Burnley. No, I mean, I wanted them to, Burnley to win. I mean, they did get a 3-0 win over United behind closed doors. So definitely got something there. But
what happened?
This feels something so good.
Behind closed doors hype. That's what I'm seeing now. Behind closed doors hype. But yeah, listen, they did beat us behind closed doors, but it is what it is. I mean, we saw the French players, man. Like Van Beek started, then his future's not decided. McTominay started, then we basically played a whole 11 that their futures are not decided yet. So it is what it is. Harry, Burnley versus Villa.
I think 2-0 Villa.
Mm.
Yeah, I think they have too much for Burnley. I think Burnley will do like a proper fight, but I just think Villa have too much quality.
JBT Chant.
Musa Diaby double probably. I'm saying.
I was about to say, I think with Musa Diaby, he's definitely up there. It's one of the bars in summer. What a fantastic
Yeah, he looks class.
Yeah, he looks very good, man.
I would have taken him to Tottenham. I think he would have probably helped us actually.
Oh, you'll take.
Paul Torres is adapting well too over there, especially coming on right away for Mings. Did pretty well.
Oh yeah, Paul Torres is a good signing as well,
Yeah.
and they got Tillemans, I think, on a free.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, I think Villa or West Ham probably had the best window so far. It's Villa just under Unai. Oh my god, that team! I won't be surprised if they make a top 4, top 5.
I bet Hardy's gassed right now because Ronaldo got a hat trick now, so I bet Hardy's loving it.
He's galvanising the Saudi Pro League, but he's doing exceptionally well there.
Hardy.
Look at the most point of view and football point of view, absolutely. Yeah.
Burnley versus Villa. Josh, your score prediction.
Yeah, for me, I'm going with Villa win. Obviously, they got our ex-manager, Mr. Good Evening, Emery. I still got massive respect for the guy, man, because what he did at Arsenal was, I know he lost the dressing room, but he at least bought Saliba and at least gave debuts to Saka, gave debut to Smith Rowe, bought Tierney, so I respect him for that. And, the job he did after Arsenal, Villarreal, got him Champions League semi-final, won them Europa League, knocked us and beat you as well in it. So, Aston Villa, I think the signings have made Diaby, Pau Torres, Tielemans. They've got Diego Carlos back now. Ollie Watkins up front. He's going to be firing for them. Yeah, quality. And Leon Bailey.
Ronaldo,
So, I'm going to go same as Harry, 2-0 via Aston Villa.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Villa. So, listen, Emery, class manager, but is man. I've always rated Emery anyways. Sheffield versus Man City. By the way, Pep, because he's having a back surgery. So, I know it probably won't make a difference, but I'm just saying. But yeah, Sheffield versus Man City. I'm going to go 2-1 Sheffield. No, I'm joking.
Listen, I was waiting for that.
They don't have the brains. So, I'm going to go with 2-0 City. Hardy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going for 3-0 City as well. I think they have enough calls in the squad.
Even without Pep, Hardy, yeah?
I mean, they've still got a really, really good personal system for Pep Guardiola as well. I mean, if you look at his coaching system, he's a really good coach as well.
They've got a structure, but when I say that, people laugh at me. But see, they've got good structure in football upstairs and even with the staff. With United, Darren Fletcher's still here. By the way, Darren Fletcher, don't I see him? Sometimes he's doing flipping
coaching, right?
I see him hosting some that BT Sport, mate. He's one of maybe the hosts there, but Darren Fletcher, man. And he also played in the soccer aid. Like, what on earth is he doing? Like, he should be doing his job. I know I sound like Roy Keane. But
Roy Keane's brilliant though. He's one of my favourite pundits.
He is.
He said United.
He's just savage. He just says it how it is.
United are the new Spurs according to him. So, yeah. Let me go through the comments. Big up to Assad, I think. That's the profile name. So Assad, big up to you. We've got new guys from
Tom.
Big up to you from Arsenal fan. I think that's who's that? Is that Saka and Ketia? I can't see from here, but yeah, big up to you.
I think it's Saka.
Yeah, it's probably Saka.
Imagine
having a Ketia as your profile, but that is kind of weird, Hope you're all good. Yeah, I'm all good. Big up to you. When you drop subscribe, go subscribe to Harry's channel as well, Hasbro TV and JPT's channel, and also not to mention Josh's channel as well, Tribuna. So yeah, if you want to see some Arteta rating, go check Josh's channel.
Arteta rating.
Oh, Saka, okay, Saka, yeah, cool. JPT's Sheffield versus Man City.
I think with Pep not being there, I think it's gonna be closer than what people think. and it's gonna be a 5-0 blowout. Because originally I would have had it 7 with Pep there, but it's gonna be just a one-sided. I don't even know. I'm expecting Haaland to have a hat trick. It's just what is they're gonna go back down to the championship. I don't know what to say about this club.
I mean, that's true. I mean, if you look at Sheffield United's manager as well, he has a very similar style of play to Wilder as well. It's quite similar, back five, basically based on being pragmatic, very risk averse at times. But ultimately, they're so vulnerable. They'll definitely go down as simple as that.
You think so? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, they lost. They not lose Sanderberg as well. That midfielder, so he's
he was really good, wasn't he?
really good. I remember this guy. He was very good. Very good. So, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Is he at Burnley now? Wait, I'm sure he's at
Burnley.
Burnley.
He went to Burnley. Yeah, he went to Burnley.
Yeah.
Signing for them. Harry, Sheffield, West Man City.
Okay, so I don't think this is as much of a foregone conclusion as everyone else. I do think City will win, but in these sorts of games, you find these promoted sides, they tend to up their game by another 10-20%. So I think Sheffield United, at least for the first half, will give City something. I expect to give them something. But I still think City will come out on top 3-1.
Yeah. That's what I think as well. I think first half, they might try to give something. They might not. Then again, they lost some of their key players. So, yeah. And Josh, Sheffield versus Man City. You might as well back Sheffield so Arsenal can be in that title race.
Might as well, but nah, I'll be realistic. Man City gonna cruise through this. Sheffield United going down. They lost 2 of their best players. They lost that Senegal guy as well. I can't pronounce his name, but he was really good for them. And obviously Sanderberg, they're going down. Man City, Alvarez. I think Alvarez is world class. Obviously, we all know about Haaland, but yeah, 3-0 Man City for me. Clean sheet, 3 games in a row as well for them.
Yep, 100%. It's only going to be like 5, so that's that's not a battering itself. No. Sheffield United nil for City prediction right after promote teams again. Sheffield United finishing bottom. Yeah. And the last game, I'm definitely watching this.
Oh, is this Monday night, by the way?
Sunday, 4:30.
Sunday.
Oh, okay. All
There's
right,
no Monday night games.
There's no Monday night because it's bank holiday. I thought there was a game.
Yeah, there's no games on Monday night, which I was surprised. But I'm watching this Newcastle versus Liverpool. The reason why I'm watching this is Liverpool. For me, I can guarantee you, Liverpool are going to lose this game. I think they're going to get better for me. If you compare Newcastle's midfield to Liverpool's midfield, wow. Tonali, Bruno Gomes, and who else is there?
Is it Willock?
Jolinton. Compare that to Liverpool. Who's Liverpool CDM? Or Endo?
Yeah.
Endo. McAllister and
Pretender.
Szoboszlai and
Szoboszlai is quality.
They play Gakpo midfield now. I don't know why they do that. So yeah, listen, Gakpo, man. So yeah, you know what? Score predictions 4-0 Liverpool. I mean, sorry, 4-0 Newcastle. Sorry, 4-0 Newcastle. 4-0 Newcastle.
Imagine that happens though.
Flip it.
4-0 Newcastle. No. 4-0 Hardy.
Well, for me, I'd say I think it will be really tough game for Liverpool from a tendency point of view. Newcastle have actually got better creativity and also physicality in that midfield, especially with lots of Gameweek, Tonali, and also Jolinton. Offensively, I think with likes of Almiron, even with Harvey Barnes, who without a doubt has been a really good sign so far. Even Isaac as well, his goal prowess is just unbelievable. He's got elite mentality going forward. And I could see him actually preserving on the Eddie Howe as well. So it's going to be refreshing. I'm going to go for 4-1 Newcastle.
4-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that.
Yeah, listen, Liverpool getting embarrassed. That's for sure. GBT.
Yeah, I think so too. This Newcastle side is just looking great, and let me see. I'm getting distracted because I'm just getting like it's still 1-0. Why is it still 1-0?
Come on, Luton.
I know you want to watch the game, so let's be.
All right, but yeah, so pretty much. Look, Newcastle's lost to City. It was close. It took a great shot. It just came off of Pope's hand, unluckily. But this team is white hot right now with how Eddie Howe is running them. and all their additions have been great. Liverpool, quite the opposite this summer. Like you mentioned, Gakpo. Why is Gakpo in the midfield? Like, I don't understand. Unless
he's gonna get sacked soon if he continues.
it's overdue. And also too, it's he's playing with one or he's managing with one hand behind his back because FSG do not want to spend anything, and then
exactly.
You know what? They're probably worse than the Glazers. If I'm being honest.
Yeah,
just as bad.
Just that, absolutely.
They're both bad as each other, but listen,
because it took. I mean, they still haven't. They just replaced Ronaldo. Like it's like how are you?
And if Salah goes, who they're gonna replace? Because I'm seeing Jared Bowen links. Like, come on, man, he's not on the same level. So.
Yeah,
but look,
no, Jared Bowen's pretty underrated though.
He's good, but
he's good.
Mm.
Oh, was that close? Was that close to the goal scoring opportunity?
No, they just let them all alone at one spot on the right wing. But it's
score predictions. So Harry, Newcastle, Liverpool.
Oh, so okay. So first of all, I just want to say Newcastle might tip not for the title, but I think they'll be the City's closest challenge of the season. I know it's a bold statement to say after 2 games, but I think Newcastle have the best base of any team in the league, apart from obviously City, with their back 5, and then they got a really solid midfield. You add someone like Tonali in there. You've got variation up front and on the wings with like Harvey Barnes and players like that, Almiron. They've got a lot of good players, and obviously they got Wilson, who got 18 Premier League goals last season, plus Isak, because he had the injury. But Isak, for me, is a striker that in 1 or 2 years he might be, especially if Haaland leads to Madrid or something, he might be the best striker in the league. He has all the qualities to explode. So even though I think Liverpool score against them, for guaranteed Liverpool score, because this game is the most goals in Premier League history is in this fixture. If you guys didn't know, I'm not really a stats person, but I do think it does play a part in these sorts of games. So I do think Newcastle win 3-2.
Oh, interesting.
I think we'll go down to the wire actually, because Newcastle haven't beaten Liverpool in this fixture for years, but I do think they'll get the job done this time. So, yeah.
And also to add, obviously with St James's Park, it's such a hostile atmosphere. I think it might intimidate the Liverpool back line and also midfield and attack. So they'll make it vulnerable in their transitions.
But also, the thing about Liverpool, they just always find a way to score. So I just can't see them not scoring. I don't know what it is. They just find a way. Yeah. In these sorts of big games, they always just up themselves another 10% and they'll give it a good go. So I just can't see it being like a foregone conclusion. I know you guys said like 3 or 4-0, but I just can't see it being that simple. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Josh, what about you? Newcastle versus Liverpool?
Yeah, for me, I've got Newcastle to win as well. Been really impressed with them, especially how Eddie Howe took over a bit of a mess for them. With Steve Bruce had them in a relegation battle. Got them mid-table and then went on and got them Champions League. So he's done a fantastic job with them. I think they've got a great squad. I think maybe they should get another left back and maybe a centre back. But Botman's quality, Trippier's I rate really highly as well. Tonali's a fantastic signing.
He's a brilliant signing, honestly.
Yeah. With Guimaraes as well. I mean, it's quality midfield they've got. Obviously Harvey Barnes as well, another quality player like Leicester. From Leicester. And then obviously Isaac up front, we can go Wilson. So I do see them, St James's Park. We went last season, we actually beat them last season, but it's still a very tough place to go to. A very hostile atmosphere. So I'm gonna go Newcastle winning this 2-1.
Yep.
I've got to say, I do think the Newcastle fans are probably like the best English football fans in terms of atmosphere in the country. Even when they come to Spurs, they're literally the loudest. Honestly,
I agree with that. Even when they come to Old Trafford as well, they're loud as well. So yeah, they are quite loud fan base. So yeah.
They've actually got a bit of history about themselves as well. The last time they won the league title was actually around about during the early 90s.
Their fan base is actually quite loud, like even louder than the Arsenal fan base themselves. So yeah. But no, Newcastle. Obviously, they're in the Champions League, so obviously the draw is next week. So
it's next Friday, if you don't know.
Well, next Friday.
Next Friday.
Not that we're in Europe. I'm just asking so I can know.
Yeah, because only two of you guys are here. You guys don't care about it, so it's only for the 3 of us. Arsenal back in. Arteta ball.
Come on. Listen, we just did Bayern Munich, man. Do you know Bayern Munich? We lose 5-1 every single game. 3 games.
Especially
in
with
a row.
know
Harry
what it is,
Kane
yeah?
playing
You
for
know
them
what I
now.
wanna
You know
see?
you're going to get Bayern Munich, right?
If
Because Harry
Arsenal get
Kane.
third, yeah, if they get knocked out, you know what's the excuse going to be? It was Arteta's first season in the Champions League.
Oh, no way.
That's going to be coming out soon. So, listen,
It is gonna come out.
I
Arsenal
think
did
this is
well.
honestly this season's like massive for Arteta because if he doesn't do another title challenge and like win a trophy as well, or obviously win the title, then I think questions will be asked because he spent like how much is it 700 million or something?
700 mil,
Chelsea
yeah.
2-0. Chelsea
Over 100
2-0.
mil.
Which is like a lot of money. Sterling again.
Sterling
Wow.
again, yeah.
Yeah.
Sterling again.
And I think
good,
like
good ball from
it'll be
Melo,
like
but yeah.
Spurs under Poch
What,
if you
Chelsea
guys
going to win
don't
the
win
Champions
something.
League, yeah?
I'll make it to the final and then just collapse.
No, I mean
No.
as in like we had like title charges, but we never actually got over the line.
And that's the thing. I like when
I'm
Poch was
honestly,
announced.
this Champions League
Go
one,
ahead.
I'm looking forward to it. But the next season one, that new format, that is an absolute disgrace.
Oh, it should be abolished. It should be abolished.
Absolute disgrace.
Wait till a Saudi team goes in there too. They're actually,
Yeah, they're
actually
applying
gonna-
to get into the Champions League, you know.
for the money. They're
Oh.
gonna say yes because of the money.
We'll go traveling to Saudi Arabia to watch Al Hilal.
Yeah.
Listen,
Almost so, but
Hardie's going to save his money. He wants to see Ronaldo, man. He wants to see Ronaldo, man.
Now, you know what? I'm actually interested about the whole complexity of Saudi Pro League. It's got great potential going forward as well. I think that's so.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what times they play? I know it sounds bad.
Is it early hours morning? Probably about 3
The
a.m.
time
morning?
difference is
Is
mad.
it 3 a.m.? Oh, because I was going to say I might actually start watching it, but if it's so
3 a.m.
early,
your time.
No. In the UK time, it's like 6 or 7.
Or in the
Right,
morning.
right.
Oh.
No, UK time. Right? In the
6 p.m.,
afternoon. Evening.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it
6
is in the
p.m.
evening. Oh, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that bad.
But
Oh,
the
just there.
time,
Yeah.
for them, it's like 3 a.m. for them. So, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was the other way around the way you said
Yeah,
it.
because the
Okay.
time difference is mad. So,
All right,
yeah.
so maybe I can actually check out some.
I'm
games.
surprised the Hardie, man. You should be staying up to watch Ronaldo, man. Like, every time he scores, take off his shirt and you throw it up and down.
You can meet up with Speed.
Steve, man, oh, listen, he got cancelled, by the way. Oh, my
Oh, yeah.
God.
Heard about Jewish channel.
That video,
What did he do?
I'm not gonna. Basically,
I'll check it.
he was playing a scary game, right? And
Yes,
then my guy
yes,
was
yeah.
jumping up and down, and then listen, his private part came out. So anyway,
I really want to know.
Yeah. You don't want to watch it. You don't want to watch it. You don't want
You
to
don't
watch
watch it. You
It's
do
very
not want to
unsensitive.
watch it. Listen, I've never listen. The thing with Speed, I've never rated. Listen, I get why people rate him as a
I don't
YouTuber,
get why people like him.
but I don't. I'm not into that. What he does, man, it's just too much. And him calling footballers on the FaceTimes, and I even saw that Elanga one. Like, leave them alone, man. They've got them themselves to the end. Obviously, they're quite busy. So, anyways. Champions League, I'm excited for it, man. This season, for United, I'm definitely not excited. I am not excited for United. That's if we bring in a midfielder and if we bring in Ryan Bertrand,
Sandbags.
No, there's only a week left of the window.
world class Ryan Bertrand, bring him in, lad, bring him in.
10-year deal to Ryan Bertrand.
10 years deal. I'm expecting. Listen, if United are competent, get Graham Birch on loan to with an obligation to buy.
Is he even that good, this Graven Birch? I know they're selling him.
He's only 21 years old as well. He's only 21 years old.
21?
I think he's got, yeah, still only 21.
I think Amrabat's
Yeah.
probably the better choice, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think so.
But what's stalling
yeah.
that deal?
Amrabat is more of a start for me. Starter, yeah.
Mm.
I think Amrabat straight away replaces Mount. If we do bring Amrabat.
No, I think
Because-
you know what the problem is. I think Ten Hag will probably interchange Amrabat with Casemiro probably. Because now when you spend that money on Mount, he probably want to like with Arteta with Havertz, he's like
Yeah,
trying to
he
shoehorn
wants-
him into the team for the sake of like.
You know what? I think also referees, Premier League referees, I think they should do interviews after the match.
Absolutely.
I agree with what Bruno Fernandes said. Like, every single Premier League referee, they should be doing interviews. But you know what? They won't. So yeah.
No, it's due to mates rates and corruption. The Premier League is so corrupt nowadays, especially with officiating. The FA, lack of
This comment-
integrity.
This comment is facts. If Amrabat doesn't perform,
Yeah.
everyone will be. This is probably the United fans, man.
You
This is the
think
problem.
so?
Yeah, I think so.
Or
Yeah,
I had Traps
probably.
on last week, and he says when you guys lose, it's like you want to sell every single player. He was saying to me
Yeah,
on
no.
like the stream. You guys like say, oh, this person out, this person out. It's been like one bad game. It's like you guys think this is how United fans are like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably,
I don't know
probably
because I'm
so,
not
yeah.
in that circle. Because
Hopefully,
all I see in my
when
WhatsApp
United
is
get
Tottenham.
bought by
fans,
Sheikh
so-
Jassim.
Yeah.
Hopefully, when United get bought by Sheikh Jassim and the stands are way higher. Because as soon as the Qatari comes in, and by the way, all this nonsense about corruption on sport washing. Can we just wake up and just admit it? Football has already become sport washing anyway, so
That's now.
stop using that as an excuse, please. Like, come on, man. But anyways, hopefully Sheikh Jassim comes in. Either way, sports washing, you can say that for Sheikh Jassim, but for Ratcliffe, but like, is he any good? No, he's not. He's been. People don't understand. He got arrested because of fraud and
As well.
and dealing with anything. But you know what? We're gonna wrap up the stream now, anyways. Mano Gusto getting me those FPL points. By the way, we do have an OTF FPL league. So if you do want to join that, let me know privately or just DM me or message me anyway. But yeah, I'm clearly doing very bad. I'm rock bottom, so I'm over for a little, climb up. But mountains are there to be climbed, said the one famous quote. In Hardy, mountains are there to be climbed. So listen, here's what it is. We're gonna wrap up now. We're gonna get people to shout their socials out. So JPT, where can people find you?
The Out of Time podcast on YouTube and Instagram. We'll change the channel by my next stream. I'm going to be not streaming for the next 2 weeks just because of I have other obligation priorities to handle. So the weekend's going to be busy for me. But yeah, if not, you can find me here on Oris Talks Football or as well as True Gunners channel for the Big Six. So, thank you for having me on again, Oris. It's good to be back, and I big up everyone here.
Good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Big up to you. And it's good to see you as well, Harry.
3-0.
Yeah.
Where can we find you? 3-0.
Yeah,
3-0.
Hasbro TV. Please go and subscribe. And if you follow me ranting on Twitter, it's at Hasbro96. It's quite similar. And leave you out.
Well, what's that?
Keep protesting, man. Keep protesting, man. Get him off, man. Get him off. Be up to you, Josh. Where can people find you?
Yeah, first I want to say big up the panel. It was a pleasure for me to come on today. Really appreciate it. And literally there, True Gooner on every single social media. On the road to 6K subscribers. So daily Arsenal content, transfer news, all that stuff. I don't do Arsenal content. I've started a Big Six show now. Any fans welcome. So yes, big up, man.
No, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Obviously, I was on this stream as a Big Six, so go check that out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, man. As you said, daily content as always, even press conference as well. So yeah, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Like, by the way, Arteta uses a lot of buzzwords. I don't know if you noticed that, Josh.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah,
the buzzwords that he uses, man. But yeah, big up to you. Oh, go on. No, sorry, carry on, Josh.
Carry on.
Like, no, a few buzzwords. Yeah, like he uses or not just him, our fans. Hybrid, like what is a hybrid? There's a car in it, Thing
is, today, even in general, today, in general, I watched Ten Hag's press conference. This guy came out and said the midfield is not an issue. I'm sorry, but I'm hoping that you're lying to yourself. I'm hoping that you're lying because obviously we know Ten Hag likes to lie in the media saying Maguire's.
It's not really an issue, is it? No, I'm joking.
The midfield is an issue. All right. It's an issue. Mason Mount.
The guy.
Oh my God. Mason Mount.
He's got the minerals, bro.
Yeah. By the way,
it's got the minerals.
But it's what I mean. Like Arteta and Ten Hag will probably die on the heels of Havertz and Mason Mount. That's probably because these managers, they're very managers are just like this. I think in general, if they buy a certain player,
Ryan is right. He said in the last game. But even in the last game, the midfield wasn't an issue against Spurs. That's why we lost. Bissouma played like prime Pogba. Simple as that. But yeah, Hardy, I'm going to solo screen you. Where can people find you?
Well, guys, you know where to find me. HC United and on Instagram. If you want to do follow me there, that's where I promote all the latest Manchester United news and provide the latest content if you're ever interested in it. Also, if you do want to follow me on Instagram personally, it's H7, so that's where you can find me. Or lowercase for both accounts. Also, catch me on Twitter where I debate all things Man United, delve into the latest and sell, and also things out of football such as politics, or even in relation to different sports matters. You can find me there, and you can actually find me at #HWMFC. So pick up guys, and also let me touch on another thing as well. Mental health is really important. If you're ever struggling, collectively we as a community are here, and if you ever need any assistance. Would I think of you that advice, that motivation, that It's that realism of actually overcoming those obstacles. So never give up, always preserve, and also always be ambitious.
Yeah, big up to you, Hardeep, man. Big up to you, Hardeep. And yeah, listen, you're right. What's going on in the comments? But yeah, obviously, listen, mental health is very important. And obviously, if you're going through them, do message Hardeep or message me as well. But yeah, I'm trying to do my best. But Manny, big up to you, says, big up
Good man.
everyone. I know you're wrapping up soon, but I thought to have big up to you, man. Big up to you, hope to keep them well. Yeah, the defense was shocking. Yeah, 100%. But listen, hopefully United win, Spurs win, and Arsenal lose. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. No, I'm joking. Hopefully, well, JPT's Chelsea side already won anyways, but yeah, hopefully everyone has a good win this weekend. So yeah, we will be back for Gameweek 3 review soon. So keep an eye when that is out. And also, we've got a special Arsenal vs Man United preview coming up next week. Bringing back.
Oh, is it next? Is you guys playing each other next week?
Yeah.
When is it?
Sunday,
Sorry.
Sunday, right?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it the Emirates or Old Trafford?
Yeah,
Emirates.
Emirates.
All those,
The toilet stadium, yeah.
Mate.
You know what, Arsenal Man United.
You know what it is?
They
They play the stupid North London thing, and then the fan base, yeah. Why can't United put this little music before the game? And I actually, what?
True.
It's good, the North London thing is good, but with United, I don't know.
Maybe go Man United.
Yeah, or maybe
Yes, come on,
Hardy. We want Hardy in. We want Hardy in. We want Hardy in. Yeah, listen. We will be back soon, so keep an eye out for that. The Arsenal vs Man United preview is going to be a special one because I think I've got Traps on for that one. So Traps wants to.
yeah, that'll be good.
He wants to cook some Arsenal fans apparently. So yeah, let's just see what happens with that. But listen, hopefully a United win and a comfortable win, not a lucky win. And Arsenal, they do their thing as well. So yeah, we'll be back. Like, subscribe, go check out Josh's channel, Harry's channel, JBC channel, and peace.